There are some silent prayers in the ordinary form of the Mass, but in the extraordinary form there are more of them and they're longer. And most obviously the canon, which is said aloud in the ordinary form, is said completely silently in the extraordinary form, apart from one phrase which comes after the consecration. This is a very ancient feature of the Roman liturgy, and in fact we find the Emperor Justinian talking about it in the year 565, when for some reason he actually tried to ban it. Clearly that wasn't successful. It indicates that it was already part of the Mass in the 6th century. Silence is used primarily to indicate that the prayers are not being addressed to the congregation, but are being addressed directly to God. This happens for two different reasons. Firstly, the priest is addressing God in what are called the priestly prayers, when the priest expresses his unworthiness to perform the Eucharistic sacrifice. There are a number of such prayers throughout the Mass. In the case of the canon, it's slightly different. The words are addressed to God not because they are personal to the priest in any sense, but because they are performative. It's because these words make an objective difference to the bread and wine on the altar, transforming them into the body and blood of Christ, that they're said silently to emphasize this role that they have. They aren't communications to us in the congregation, they are an effective ritual. A ritual actually makes a difference in the objective realm. Cardinal Newman expressed it in this way: words are necessary, but as means and not as ends. They are not mere addresses to the throne of grace, they are instruments of what is far higher, of consecration, of sacrifice. The effect on the congregation of the silent canon is immediately it picks it out from all the other prayers in the Mass as being something very special. The congregation can see what's happening, but they can't hear. They can't hear the words. You can see that this is something which is somewhat different from the rest of the Mass, and it's special. The silence descends on the entire church, and it focuses our attention on the actions. So it enables us to participate in a very special way, in a contemplative way. You hear a lot of talk in the 16th century on Catholics gazing, Catholics looking at the liturgy, and of course that's exactly what we're doing. And it enables a particularly intense form of participation. And this is something which has been noted by, among many people, Pope Benedict XVI, before he was elected Pope. In his book, The Spirit of the Liturgy, he wrote the following: anyone who has experienced a church united in the silent praying of the canon will know what a really filled silence is. It is at once a loud and penetrating cry to God and a spirit-filled act of prayer. Here everyone does pray the canon together, albeit in a bond with a special task for the priestly ministry. Here everyone is united, laid hold of by Christ, and led by the Holy Spirit into that common prayer to the Father, which is the true sacrifice, the love that reconciles and unites God and the world.